Hello students, welcome to today's lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the next topic of unit number 4, that is a delta modulation. Learning objective, block diagram of delta modulator, errors present in a delta modulator, that is a slow polar distortion and a granular noise. What is delta modulation? The sampling rate of a signal should be higher than the Nyquist rate to achieve a better sampling. If the sampling interval in a differential PCM is reduced considerably, the sample to sample amplitude difference is very small. And as if the difference is 1 bit quantization, then the step size will be very small, and that is given by a 1 delta. The type of modulation where the sampling rate is much higher and in which the step size after quantization is of smaller value del, such type of modulation is termed as a delta modulation. Now next is the working principle of a delta modulation. Now here I am going to explain you the principle on which the delta modulation works. So this is a waveform representation of a delta modulation. So what we do in a delta modulation? First thing, in delta modulation, we are having original signal m of t, and the second is the staircase representation that is given by u of t. Now here we are making the comparison of these two signal, and based on that comparison we are generating the output bit, and we are generating the next value or the next size of a step signal. So let's take example. So what is the condition? If your input signal m of t is less than u of t, then the output sequence is 1 and the u of t is incremented by plus del. If your u of t, m of t is greater than u of t, then the output sequence is 0 and u of t is incremented by minus del, or you can write it as a decremented by del value. So we're going to discuss this. Now just take a time instant. Now for the first time instant, the input value m of t is smaller than the value of u of t. So what it will going to generate? It will generate the output as a 1. And for the next time instant, there is an increment. So it was shown over here. There is an incremented by plus del. Now again we do a comparison. So again here your input signal, this sine wave, is less than the value of your staircase signal. It will generate what? It will generate 1, and for the next time instant there is an increment. So in this way we are getting the staircase which is incremented, and we are getting the output sequence. We take one more example. Now for this particular time instant, the input value is greater than the value of your u of t. So what it will generate? It will generate the output as a 0, and for the next time instant here there is a decrement. So in this way we are generating the staircase, and along with the comparison we are generating the output sequence. Now one thing is very important in case of a DM. In case of a DM, your output is represented by a single bit. Okay. Now the DM bit rate R is given as the number of bits transmitted per second, which is nothing but the number of samples per second into number of bits per sample. Now the sampling rate is given by Fs, and the number of bits per sample is constant, that is a 1. Therefore the DM rate R is given by Fs, and thus the DM bit rate is 1 by n times the bit rate of a PCM. Hence the channel bandwidth is reduced to the greater instant as compared to the PCM. Then the delta modulator. So this is the first type of delta modulator which we are going to discuss. Now in this type of delta modulator we are using a 1-bit quantizer, where the input of the 1-bit quantizer is based on the comparison of a current input and the approximated version of a previous input, or the previous output actually. So we make a comparison, and based on that comparison we are generating the error. Now this error signal is given to the 1-bit quantizer, and 1-bit quantizer will generate your output, that is a +1 or 0. So how it is going to do? 1-bit quantization means we are having a value of single bit, so the options are either 1 or 0. So if your error is positive, it will generate the output as a 1. If your error is negative, so it will generate the output as a 0. And for the positive error, the step size, or there is an increment in a staircase, and for the for a 0 input there is a decrement in a staircase value. So this all are the values which we are using, or this all are the notation. The first one is your XNTS, that will represent your oversampled input. EPNTS is a summer output. EQNTS, this is your EQNTS, is the quantizer output. X bar NTS is the output of a delay circuit. UNTS is the input of a delay signals. Now how all this thing works? So the input to the EPNTS is nothing but the XNTS and X bar NTS. These two signals combined, and it is given to the EPNTS. Now EQNTS is a quantized version of a EPNTS. X bar NTS is nothing but the U of NTS signal given to the delay signal. So this is given by UNTS minus TS. There is a addition, there is a delay of a TS signal. So that is your X bar NTS. Now what is your UNTS? This U of NTS is nothing but a combination of a X bar NTS and the EQ-NTS or a V-NTS. So that's what's written over here. Next, now using all these notations, we are going to figure out the process of a delta modulation. Now we know what is EP-NTS. That's a combination of a X-NTS and a X-bar NTS written over here. Now this XB-NTS is nothing but XNTS. This X-bar NTS is nothing but a delayed version of U-NTS. That's what written over here. And this XNTS, this delayed version X, is nothing but, this signal is nothing but, what is a UNTS? UNTS is nothing but your input signal, or VNTS minus X bar NTS. So that's what I have written over here. So here, instead of writing TS, I have taken N minus 1 TS, that is for that particular current instead of a time. Now further, this VNTS is nothing but the EQ-NTS, that is your quantized signal. So therefore your UNTS is nothing but X bar, this signal, plus EQ-NTS, where X bar NTS is a previous out value of a delay circuit and EQ-NTS is a quantizer output. Hence, we can write it as U of NTS is nothing but UN minus 1 TS plus VNTS, which means your present input of a delay unit is nothing but the addition of a previous output of a delay unit plus the present quantizer output. Now EP-NTS, this signal which we have generated from X bar NTS, will given to the 1-bit quantizer, and it will quantize and generate the output as a EQ-NTS, which is having a 2 signal value, that's a plus del and minus del. If your value is positive, then your VNTS is a plus del. If the value is negative, then the VN bar TS is given by the minus del. Or this plus del is nothing but a 1. Technically, your DM output is represented by 1. And VNTS, if it is minus del, is nothing but a 0 signal. So that is the working principle. Second one is a delta demodulator. Now in delta demodulator, what we are having, that signal is added with a delay signal. So here we are using a same delay block, that's a delay of a TS. Now these two signals are given to the low pass filter. Now here delta modulator comprises of a low pass filter, a summer and a delay signal. Now the predictor circuit is eliminated here, and hence no assumption input is given to the modulator. Okay. Now the binary sequence will be given as an input to the demodulator. Okay, and the staircase approximated output is given to the low pass filter. Now the low pass filter is used for the many region, but the prominent reason is to eliminate the noise out of the band of the signals, and the step size error that may occur at the transmitter is called as a granular noise, which is eliminated here. Another method of generating a DM. So here is a second technique of generating the DM. So here what we are using a sample and hold circuit. The output of a sample of hold circuit is applied to the pulse amplitude modulator. Now the generated pulse amplitude modulated signal, this is the output of a sample and hold circuit. The input signal is given to the sample and hold circuit. It will generate the output, that is a pulse amplitude modulated signal, which is given as one of the input to the comparator, and the other input to the comparator is from the DAC output. Okay, and the up down converter stores the magnitude of the previous sample in the binary value. Now if the binary value is converted into the equivalent voltage in a digital to analog converter over here, and the pulse amplitude modulated signal and the DAC output are compared, which implies that the sample signal is compared against the previous sample to increase or to decrease the amplitude of a TM signal, and the up down counter is incremented or decremented. So there is an increment or a decrement in a value of a up down counter based on the previous sample in a large or a smaller than the current sample. This counter is clocked at the rate equal to the sample rate, which is updated after each comparison. So in this way we are generating the output using another method. So here we are having a sample and hold circuit, which is output is nothing but a pulse amplitude signal which is given to the comparator. Now to the comparator, the second input is from the digital to analog converter, whose value is controlled by the up down counter. So if there is an increment, the digital to analog output value increases. If there is a decrement, this value also reduces. So here we are just converting the output of a up down converter into an analog signal, and based on the comparison it will generate the output. Okay, and again the output of a DM signal is given as an input to the up down counter. It will decide whether to go in increment or in a decrement fashion. So in this way the DM transmitter works. Then this receiver for the same. So here the receiver of a delta modulator consists of a DAC signal, up down counter and a low pass filter. It does not contain the comparator. The delta PCM signal is fed to the up down counter here, which works as a sample rate as the transmitter. Now depending on the binary input receivers, the value of the up-down counter is accordingly incremented or decremented. Now based on the input received from the up-down counter, the DAC will generate the output, that is a pulse amplitude modulated signal, and the output signal of a DAC is transmitted to the output signal of a DAC in a transmitter, and the receiver is identical to reconstruct the signal. And this signal is then allowed to pass through the low pass filter, which will filter out the higher frequency component from the signal and thus produces the original signal back. Then the drawbacks of DM. So the delta modulator has two major drawbacks as slope over distortion, and second one is a granular or a ideal noise. Now what is a slope overload distortion? This distortion arises because of the large dynamic range of the input signal. Now we can observe from this particular figure that the rate of rise of the input signal is x of t is so high that the staircase signal cannot approximate. The step size del becomes too small for the staircase u of t to follow the segment of a x of t. The size is very small to follow the changes or the size of the input signal, and hence there is a large error between the staircase signal and the original signal. So this error is called as a slope overload distortion. Now the second is a granular noise. Now what is the reason for the granular noise? The granular or the ideal noise occurs where the step size is too large compared to the small variation in an input. Now here if you observe, the input is somewhat constant but the step size is again fixed, so the step size in this case is very large as compared to the small variation in the input signal. This means that for the very small variation in the input signal, the staircase signal is changed by the large amount because of a large step size, and thus we can observe in this particular figure when the input signal is almost flat, here the signal u of t keeps on oscillating. Now here the input signal keeps on oscillating, means actually if your input is constant, we are expecting an output should be constant, but as the step size is oscillating, we are getting the output as a 1010, and this type of error is called as a granular noise. And the solution for avoiding granular noise is to keep your step size small. Okay. And the solution, in order to overcome the quantization error due to slope overload and granular noise, the step size del must be made adaptive to the variation in the input x of t, particularly if the step size is increased or decreased based on the change in the input, then the problem of slope overload distortion and the granular noise can be eliminated. And the method which is using this is the adaptive delta modulation that we are going to discuss in the next lecture. So adaptive delta modulation is used to overcome the error which occurs in a delta modulator. Advantages of delta modulation. Some of the first is it was found at the lower bitrate delta modulation is better than the standard PCM signal. The increase of signal to noise ratio with the bitrate is much more dynamic for the pulse code modulation than the delta modulation. This modulation method is used in extreme circuit simplicity, is of overriding importance. Delta modulation works with the lower channel bandwidth. Applications: voice transmission systems such as telephone and the radio communication highly preferred this modulation technique. Delta modulation is most useful in system where the timely data delivery at the receiver is more important than the data quality. This modulation is applied to ECG waveform for the database reduction and the real-time signal processing. For the analog to PCM encoding, this modulation method is used. Delta modulation is applied in a television system. Thank you for listening to my video. Thank you so much.